Hello there. Hi. So, it is August, and I officially finished my program. Now what do I do? I'm actually back in California for a couple of days to visit, but I'm actually going back in Florida to do a couple other things. But I wanted to make a really, really short video about not necessarily about my experience because I want others to experience it themselves, but I want to give my top 10 suggestions to think about while you're on the program and just to make sure that you'll successfully complete it like I did. I previously did the Spring Advantage 2013, so I had a lot of good memories. I'm really glad I did it, even though it's really far away. Depending on where you live, you might feel a little nervous moving away from home, but it's really not that bad because you're honestly that busy. You don't have the time to get depressed, I don't think. But anywho, so I made a list. My number one, it says prepare for your arrival. Always, always prepare. Don't bring your whole closet with you because it's unnecessary because you will most likely wear your costume most of the time you're there. Yeah. Um, don't bring a lot of stuff. I mean, it's just going to be a clutter, and then it's going to be even more chaotic when you move out. People are to the point where they're giving away free stuff because they bought all this stuff and they don't know what to do with it when it comes to time to move out. And it's easier, especially when you're doing like inspections and stuff. So the less I think is the better. I mean, just a suitcase of your most important stuff is just as good. Um, I made the mistake of bringing my whole life with me, which I ended up needing to get my car to pack all my stuff. It's really, really bad. You can ask Matt or any of my roommates. It was bad. Um, Also, save up money before you go. I mean, I know some of you are just starting the fall semester, but I mean, if you're considering applying or if you're going to do next year, definitely save money because Disney does not give you a good pay rate. They're going to give you minimum wage. So, and it can go very fast because rent is really expensive. It's $91 a week. So, and they take that out of your paycheck, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want that extra money to spend, I highly suggest you save up. Also too, with the preparing, like I said, bring your paperwork, but also go on the chats or the Facebook groups. Definitely meet people beforehand because it makes your life a lot easier, especially if you find your roommates. That's how I did it. I met my roommates beforehand, and it was a lot smoother and easier for us to hang out and stuff right then and there. You can be spontaneous and find, a roommate when you get there, but it's less of a hassle if you already have it. So, I mean, it's up to you. Number two, don't quit after a week after you work there. It's one of the number one reasons why people quit or they self-term is because they don't like their job and whatever might be. I mean, I almost quit about halfway into it. I was really tired. If you didn't know, I did custodial. Um, it's a very hard job. I mean, the physicality of it, at least, is pretty tough when you're not used to it, but you get used to it after a while. I mean, the first couple of weeks, it's really tough because it's a new environment. You don't know anybody. You don't know what you're doing. You're still trying to get a hold of things. It can be very stressful, and my suggestion is just keep going with the flow. Don't quit so easily. You're not alone. We're all going through it in different ways, and the best is just to communicate with your managers, communicate with your peers, communicate with your fellow cast members, whatever need be. You will have that support if you go out and reach for it. Especially coming in, I didn't really know anybody. I was one of the first arrivals, and I'm not going to say where, but my area had a bad reputation. So I eventually started talking to people and communicating with my managers a little bit. Well, still a little uneasy, but it eventually felt like my home within probably half of the program. That's when I finally was like, okay, this is not so bad. So don't be too easily to quit, because there's going to be other CPs there. Make sure, you gain relationships with them, and it might not be the role that you wanted, but you never know what you will get out of it at the end, and you will create wonderful friendships like I have, and I don't regret anything I've done on that program, and I met a lot of wonderful people. I did a lot of networking as well on the side, so I'm really glad I got custodial. Okay, and number 3, do as much as you can do down there. Yes, definitely do as much as you can. This goes towards talking to your managers, especially if you're thinking future-wise, you want to stay down here, you want to future career, try networking, getting to know what area that you're interested in. You have those tools to do that. So definitely get yourself in there, work on your resume, have your manager look at your resume. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do on your program, and a lot of CPs forget to do that. So I was able to talk to a couple people that I specifically wanted to talk to, which was entertainment and event planning, and I'm even more excited now to hopefully get a career in that. So it definitely gives you a good baseline for it, especially to see what you want to do. Number 4, you will be poor. Yes. You're not going to make any money. You're going to make just the basics. So again, save up money beforehand. That way you can have a better time. It all sucks. We're all going through the same thing. So, just deal with it, I guess. Just accept the fact that you're not be getting good enough pay, but it's not a big downside, I don't think. 5, be considerate of your fellow roommates. Yes, yes, yes. Please be considerate of your roommates so you don't cause problems, because that's not fun. I was very fortunate that I had good roommates. We had problems here and there, cleaning wise and stuff like that. It's all a learning experience, but I mean, if you just don't not only think of yourself, but you think of others that you share the room with or the apartment with, it makes your life a lot easier, because I heard some really bad stories of really bad roommates, bullying and whatnot. So you don't want to get to that point, so just be aware of that. Number 6, take pictures. Lots and lots of pictures. Don't waste your time. Don't sleep all day. I mean, I know you're going to be tired. You're going to be working 40 plus hours a week. I get that, but you're only going to be there for so long, and it really does go by really, really fast. So I highly suggest you do as much as you can. So, and that could be easily known as just going to the park by yourself. I mean, you don't always have to spend time with people, but just know that you did everything that you wanted to do, and then some. 7, TransStar sucks. Yes, TransStar. That is the transportation that Disney gives you. I don't know in the future what they're going to have, but as far as my program went, we had TransStar. They don't have a really good reputation, just because sometimes they leave early, sometimes they don't show up on time. It's very, very frustrating. So if you have an opportunity to actually bring down your car, I highly suggest that, because you not only get to go off of your schedule and not TransStar's schedule, but you get to do other things too. You get to go make other trips and do what you want to do, and not necessarily what the schedule does, because they do have a bus schedule and you have to follow it. And sometimes you'll end up being late to work, so it really, really stinks. Another factor to think of, Patterson, which complex I lived in, doesn't have the bus stop, so you have to walk. It's really not that bad of a walk. A lot of people say, I don't want to live in Patterson because I have to walk. It's like not even a 3-minute walk. It's just down the street. It's not that big of a deal. I, in my opinion, not to be biased, but I think Patterson is the best because it's not the biggest like Vista, and it has more space than Chatham, so it's up to you guys what your preferences are. That's just mine. Number 8, plan a trip. I really suggest you at least do one trip away from Disney. That way you can say you experience, a little bit of life outside of Disney. I did two. I did, excuse me, my allergies is bothering me. As soon as I came back here to California, I was just like, psh, all the pollen and everything. Um, yeah, so I did a couple. First one was I did get an annual pass, so I was at Universal a lot, which was actually nice because then you get away and you still get kind of like that guest experience, but in a different, I guess, aspect. Definitely visit Universal Studios at least once. It's very awesome. And number 2, me and my friend, we went to St. Augustine. It was actually run through Disney for cast members, and you just pay a fee and then they provide the bus and everything for you, so that's actually really good too. And we were there for the whole day, and then we took pictures and stuff, and it was really, really nice. It was, I believe it's known as the oldest little town, so if that's something that you're interested in, definitely do it. They have a lot of different museums. They have a ghost tour. Really cool history. And they also, it's near the beach too, so if you like the beach, it's right there too. Number 9, keep a journal. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I mean, I did one because through my class, through my innovation and creativity class, we were supposed to have a journal, and I looked at it recently, and I was like, you know what, this is pretty neat. It has all my, stepping stones from the beginning to the end, and I think that's really nice to reflect on and write down important things that you learned. I learned this on this day. It's really good to have something to look back on, especially for future reference. And number 10, just have fun. I know a lot of times a lot of people get frustrated because they hate their job, they hate the people they work with, they're homesick, they're missing something back home. Whatever the case may be, there's a million excuses, but my suggestion is just do it. Just finish it, because you don't know if you're ever going to have this opportunity again. I was lucky to have this a second time around, and I officially finished, and I couldn't be more proud. And, there's a couple things I wish I could have done differently, but it was a learning experience for me. And I hope that can be a learning experience for you too. And whenever you decide you want to do it, or if you're doing it now, keep going. You will have that support team if you go out and search for it. So just have fun. It's only a couple of months. Oh, hi Lily. Here's the famous Lily. And just do what you love to do. If you're having a bad day, forget of those bad people, just block them, because you will eventually have friends and you know who to go to and who not to go to. And just live your life, because you never know when it's gone. And I really miss everybody at Disney. I'm going to go back to Florida, but I mean, I'm not doing the college program. I'm not extending. I'm doing other opportunities, but I miss everybody. I wish everyone good luck. I hope this helps. If anybody out there, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. I really, really, really recommend this program. It's not what I expected at all, but in the end, I got a good outcome out of it, and I hope it happens for you one day. Bye.